Welcome, welcome, welcome to Sapphire Ridge News. Give people a few seconds to pile in here, then we will get on with our subject for the day. So the subject for today is Vivek Ramaswamey. Now, I have to start off by saying I did not initially like Vivek. He has grown on me where I do kind of like him, but after his Hey Survivor, after his post that he made on X today, I find it very troubling. He went on X today and did a 1,000-word diatribe and basically said that American parents are satisfied with their children being mediocre, which I find outrageous. Don't paint with a broad brush every American parent just because a few raise mediocre children. That is not right. And he was saying that the tech industry should not hire Americans, that they should hire Indian Americans in H-1B visas, which are mostly from India, because they don't let their children watch mediocre television shows. I was really ticked off. You know, I will read from his message. Because it's important. You know, I'm a conservative first and a Republican second. That statement gets me in a lot of trouble, along with my mouth. Okay, here's what he said, and this is quite long, so I will go over it in sections. It says the reason top tech companies often hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers over Native Americans isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the culture word, the word culture. Tough questions demand tough answers, and if we're really serious about fixing the problem, we have to confront the truth. Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 1990s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college, that starts young, meaning at home. Okay, laugh. That's fine. You know, that's BS that, you know, that culture has venerated mediocrity. And basically he's saying that that doesn't start in college, that that starts at home. That's bullshit. He says a culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World or Zach and Slater over Screech in Saved by the Bell or Stefan over Steve Urkel in Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. Fact, I know multiple sets of immigrant parents in the 90s who actively limited how much their kids could watch those TV shows precisely because they promoted mediocrity, and their kids went on to become wildly successful STEM graduates. More movies like Whiplash, fewer reruns of Friends, more math tutoring, fewer sleepovers, more weekend science competitions, fewer Saturday morning cartoons, more books, less TV, more creating, less chilling, more extracurriculars, less hanging out at the mall. That's more bullshit because you can go and hang out at the mall and still do your homework before you go. He's saying that parents that let their kids go hang out at the mall are not raising smart kids, which is baloney. Most normal American parents look skeptically at those kind of parents. More normal American kids view those kind of kids with scorn. If you grow up aspiring to normalcy, normalcy is what you will achieve. Close your eyes and visualize which families you knew in the 90s or even now who raised their kids according to one model versus the other. Be brutally honest. Okay, I'm going to be real honest here. My cousin, who's close to 40 years old, is a mechanical engineer. She's very liberal. I don't care about her politics. She's a smart girl. Her parents used the liberal parenting method and raised 4 smart kids. So you can't say that, a parenting style raises a mediocre child. He goes on. Normalcy doesn't cut it in a hyper competitive global market for technical talent. And if we pretend like it does, we'll have our asses handed to us by China. This can be our Sputnik moment. We've awakened from slumber before, and we can do it again. Trump's election hopefully marks the beginning of a new golden era in America, but only if our culture fully wakes up, a culture that once again prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence over mediocrity, nerdiness over conformity, hard work over laziness. Okay, here's a problem. Not all kids are nerdy kids. Not all kids are nerdy kids. You can't take a kid that is not a nerdy kid and make him a nerdy kid. That doesn't happen. He continues. He says, that's the work we have cut out for us. Rather than wallowing in victimhood and wishing or legislating alternative hiring practices into existence, I'm confident we can do it. Okay, so I will agree with him that we wallow in victimhood. Not all of us, but some of us. And that you can't legislate that away. But you can eliminate hiring practices like DEI, which doesn't hire on merit. That can be eliminated. We should be hiring based on merit, not based on the color of their skin or what sex they are or anything like that. We should be hiring strictly on merit. And there was some replies. And so I started off by saying I didn't initially like Vivek. Okay. I have to explain why. Okay. When the presidential race first started, I supported Nikki Haley. Not that I was anti-Trump or anything. I voted for him twice before, but I felt and still feel that it will take 8 years to undo the damage that Joe Biden has done. And when Vivek debated Nikki Haley, he did not attack her policy positions. He attacked her as a person. He tried to say that because she got hired by the board of Boeing, that she was corrupt. Just because you get hired on a board doesn't make you corrupt. And the truth behind that is she was offered a job at Boeing. She took the job. However, she's always been against corporate bailouts. And when the CEO of Boeing said that he was going to get a corporate bailout and everyone on the board was going to get a raise, she resigned. She stood on principle. Then Vivek at a debate went after Nikki Haley's daughter because Nikki Haley had said that TikTok, being owned by the country of China, one of our enemies, was a dangerous tool for Americans to have because every government or every business in China is owned by the Chinese government and they collect all information from that business. So because she said that, Vivek attacked her daughter, said that she needed to mind what her daughter was doing on TikTok and stop trying to take things away from the American people. Well, her daughter is not running for office. So he should have been hands off of the kids. Then he was asked if he was elected president, would he support the Christian faith? And he said, no, I will not, because I am not a Christian. So I will not support a faith that is not my own. And then he trashed Nikki Haley for becoming a Christian. And because of those things, I did not like Vivek. Because when you're debating the person, you're supposed to debate their policies, not their personal life choices, not their personal life decisions. The fact that she left one faith and went to another faith, it does not mean that she's not qualified to be president because she became a Christian. That's just ludicrous. And I didn't like the way he attacked her personally instead of going after her policies. Now, I have since, said that I would not support Nikki Haley again because she has gone off the rails, in my view, attacking Trump, attacking this person, attacking that person. She claims to be a Republican, but she attacks other Republicans. To me, that's not right. It was Ronald Reagan that said, thou shalt not speak ill of fellow Republicans. But it seems like we forget this. And it's just, when I read this morning, this afternoon, I was furious because you can't paint with such a broad brush that you lionize all American parents as accepting of mediocrity, because not all American parents are the same. And he is a first generation American Indian American. So you would think he would know better, but I guess he doesn't. And the comments on X are wild. They're saying that, you know, the 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 truth comes out, the real Vivek comes out, and that he is uh, a wolf in sheep's clothing, that he's not MAGA, he's probably not even Republican. They're just brutal. And how could he not see this coming? How could he think that it's okay to attack American parents and still be considered presidential timber? I just don't get that at all. It's just so outrageous that we have this person who many, many people like. People like Vivek. He's a smart person. But then you have to sit there and also look at, okay, so he's a smart individual. Is he really going to torch his career like this? Or was this his plan all along to, you know, promote more visas for Indians to come to America rather than to hire smart, competent American kids, smart, competent American workers? If this was his plan all along, I'm really ticked off. Okay, that's what I got for y'all today. Love you guys. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, and we'll catch you again tomorrow. Bye now.